Hey guys, the Firebird is here. It's just me. My brother couldn't be here today because of Waspinators.
Big, fat, stripy.
These are the jokes. I hope you guys are enjoying them. Also, just a few days ago, we had the official design reveal for Waspinator in Rise of the Beast. Well, I see the official design is more like the concept art, the most finished concept art of Waspinator. And this is how he was supposed to look like in the Rise of the Beast movie. Click on that video if you guys want to learn more about it. But anyways, today we're talking about Transformers Cyberworld and the controversy behind it. And when I mean controversy, it's like I think that the fandom has been pretty divided about it. Now, I did watch the episode just now, and I am now immediately recording my opinions on it, since I think quite a few people like curious about what I think about the show and if I think it's good or not and that kind of stuff. And I think the fandom be kind of split. There are some people who say that this is kind of like slop, like skibbity toilet brain rot and stuff like that, like low effort content for kids, and like, it's kind of, bad, and in terms of the quality, it's like a downgrade of what we're expecting from, like Transformers 1, like, some outstanding type of content. And then there's the other, half of the fandom that says that Transformers Cyberworld is actually kind of charming, it's actually really good. Granted, it's not Transformers Prime, but it's not meant to be. That's like expecting rescue bots to be, skybound levels of like dark, gritty, and cool. Now, personally, I do think that both sides have their merits, but I see people pretty divided on the issue. So first, I want to do a small recap of Cyberworld for those of you guys who haven't seen it. It's out on YouTube. It's only 10 minutes long. It's gonna be premiering in the Transformers, official YouTube channel. And this whole thing basically starts with Optimus Prime Fortnite dropping into this strange world. Then he makes it to these different biomes and he encounters Scorponok, who chases him off. He runs away, then he encounters Grimlock, then he accidentally steals his energon, then he gets mad, they both go into a fight. Optimus Prime manages to get away. He sees a new Autobot falling for the Fortnite battle boss. He decides to follow suit, then we cut to Bumblebee, he wakes up, we see the Mega Ball, and yeah, it's not Megatron, it's Mega Ball. I don't know what's up with that, but I guess we'll find out later in the series. Who offers him a hand and basically explains to him that in this world, there's not really factions and it's mostly about just surviving. They stumble themselves onto like what appears to be a challenge, a weird, contest for the players in the zone, and it's basically hit the target. So Megatron kind of destroys all of the targets, but he didn't actually pay attention to the rules. It's actually used the blasters to hit the targets, not just destroy them with melee. Something that Bumblebee actually managed to pick up on. He wins, Megatron gets mad, knocks him away, and then he gets found by Optimus and the episode ends. Now that's a very loose summary of it, like not counting some of the other nuances, but it looks like this is basically Transformers Fortnite, in which, they have all these Autobots and Decepticons dropping into the Cyberworld, so to speak, and they're fighting for energon, fighting for points. There's an actual leveling system, so as you guys can see, Bumblebee and Optimus just got here, so they're both level 1, but then you got Megatron or Mega Ball here, who has been here for quite a long time, and he's level 8. He has like a bunch of upgrades and weapons he can use, and I'm not gonna lie, I think the premise is actually low-key kinda cool. Now look, I know how that sounds, but like the premise of, some Transformers being stuck in this like Battle World-esque type of scenario, and they need to like, work together or fight against each other in some cases to survive. I think that's actually kind of a cool premise. Like, imagine a Legacy-style series based on that. So much you get on that, I think that's gold in that idea. However, this is where some of my nitpicks kind of come in. I feel like some of the humor here is very millennial-esque. Like, this series does feel very made for millennials. It has like that whole tropey MCU writing in which, you know what I mean? The lowbrow type of humor where, they talk to themselves and they're like, oh, well, that just happened. Like, I'm not saying it's forspoken level dialogue, but you can just tell it's a millennial type of series. Now, it's not all bad because it's not all jokes. Every scene with Mega Ball was, in my opinion, pretty gold. Bumblebee, he's dangerously close to his Transformers 1 counterpart, but so far, I'm liking this Bumblebee way more than Keegan Michael Key. I'm sorry, I just don't like him. No one tell Facelift that or he's gonna get mad at me.
Shut the f*** up! I'm gonna f***ing shoot up a Walmart!
The voices, in my opinion, were actually really good. Bumblebee, Megaball, Grimlock, Optimus, they all sound really good. I know some people were like, kind of complaining about Grimlock's like Russian accent. I have no problem with it. I thought it was an interesting choice, but I don't mind it either way. The Optimus voice actor actually does a surprisingly good job for what is supposed to be a kid series on YouTube. I would honestly love to see him in more series going forward. Also, the animation was actually pretty spot on. The designs here look very toy accurate, like ridiculously toy accurate. Optimus Prime has the smokestacks below the truck. And the action scenes with the 2D effects and, you know, the little transformations in between chase scenes was actually surprisingly really good. I actually genuinely had a good time watching that. And the references. My god, this series has so many references to like Dragon Ball, old Transformers series, the movies, and a bunch of other stuff. You can tell that this series was made by someone, I want to say like around their early 30s, you know, early 30s, late 20s. It definitely feels like a very, you know, modern Transformers type of series. We know, you know, more young people working on it. At least that's kind of the vibe I got for it. Like, I know it's intended for, like, you know, the TikTok generation, so to speak. So that's why this is kind of, you know, fast-paced in a way, and, you know, we kind of have all this tropey, you know, dialogue and characters, you know, doing like small things here and there to keep the Americans with low attention spans entertained. You know how it is. But I don't know, for what it is, I actually think it's kind of charming. I'm not sure if I will say that this is a series I will honestly keep on watching. Like, it has its charm. I definitely do think it does. It does some things that kind of annoy me, make me roll my eyes, but for the most part, I dare I say, think this is actually a pretty good series you might want to recommend your kids. And I don't really hate the designs we've seen so far. Now, granted, I said that I don't like the Cyberworld toys. I think the Cyberworld toys look pretty bad. But as for how they look like in the series themselves, like when I look at Megaball, I'm like, oh my god, he looks kinda cool. And honestly, after watching this first episode, I'm kind of at least curious to see where the rest of the series goes and what other characters we'll see. We'll most likely see the characters from the toy line, you know, so Elite 1, Galvatron, all those guys. And this series is very inspired by mecha anime. At least that's what, you know, we got told from it before the first trailer. And I definitely do see a bit of the inspiration here, but I guess we'll see more of it as time goes on. Episode 1 came out yesterday by the time of this recording. So far, it has 145,000 views, which it's not bad. I think it's pretty good for what essentially is the first episode of a relatively new Transformers IP. We'll have to see how this ends up going over time, and if it can ever hope to reach the heights that was the Creo Transformers videos back in the day. But overall, it's not bad, and the reason why people are kind of mad about this series and the whole controversy kind of comes from it because, you know, some people kind of view this as slop and, you know, say it's not that good. But the thing is that it's kind of not meant, you know, for older fans. Like, sure, if you want to watch it and maybe have a few laughs here and there, haha, but won't be Yamcha. Oh my god, he actually does a Yamcha pose. Like, that's all well and good. But the thing is that Transformers should also try and reach new fans. And I think this is the kind of thing that, you know, people that, you know, younger kids on, like, let's say YouTube, TikTok, social media will definitely be like. It has an interesting premise, though, that I personally wouldn't mind seeing this in a video game. Like, give me a Transformers Cyberworld, like, you know, Battle Royale type of, you know, game. And I will actually totally play. I think that has more potential than what Battlegrounds and Galactic Trials ever did. So Hasbro, get on that. But anyways, before we go on, I want to say, become a Patreon channel member, you know, get exclusive access to some of the videos haven't published just yet, like Galvatron's Revenge, and I'm currently working on a Empire versus Decepticon Transformers What If video, so I don't know when that's gonna be ready, but if you guys want to be one of the first people to catch on to that, Patreon or channel membership is the way to go. Also, a little announcement, I'm also not gonna be streaming on Friday. I'm going in vacation with the family and stuff. You know how it is. So instead, I'm gonna be streaming next Monday, and after that, on Friday, the next Friday, we'll also have our regular streams as usual. I'm gonna be playing Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, the PS2 game, the one that people seem to forget it exists, which is kind of a shame because it actually kind of has its own charm to it. And we'll try to beat it and see if it's truly awesome or awful. So that's gonna be on Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, hope to see you guys there. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Not much to say here, in all honesty. Yeah, the series came out. It's kind of a bit divisive as of right now. I don't really mind it because, again, it's not for me. It's for a different audience. But it still has this charm that I actually really do like. I think the action here is honestly pretty decent, if not good. And I love the special effects, the visual effects that they use for a lot of like the flames, the lighting, the blasters, like that. All of that is actually kind of cool. I see a lot of promise in this series, despite essentially being a very small and short series. I see a lot of potential here for this being actually, you know, kind of entertaining at the very least. Now, will I be making videos about the series? I really don't know. I think that's really up to you guys. If you guys want me to make videos on it every Saturday, because I think these drop every Saturday, sure, I don't mind. But if you guys would like me to focus on other stuff, you know, that's not Cyberworld, I'm also fine with that. Like, you know, again, you guys are the bosses of me, you guys just tell me what to do and I'll do it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments down below. How do you feel about Transformers Cyberworld Episode 1? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think that it's gonna, you know, grow on and become more appreciated like, you know, Cyberverse was? And would you play a potential Cyberworld game? Because honestly, if they do make it like this and it's a battle royale where players need to level up and, you know, do challenges to survive against one another, I think there's a lot of potential there for an actual really good video game. It will certainly be a whole lot better than that Earthspark expedition. But hey, that's just me. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that annoying YouTuber stuff the algorithm likes so much. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys.